I think only two of
No, only me and Miss, it's
Why?
just me and Jody.
So let's see coming or we will start our class. Anyways, so in last class in population dynamics, I discussed about population and then we end up here in carrying capacity. That is the maximum number of individuals of one species that I told you when I'm talking about population, I'm talking about one kind of species that the environment can support. For example, the carrying capacity or the number of owls that a forest can support depends on how many mice are available. Why am I talking about mice? Because it's their prey, it's their food. And also, only is only biotic factor important that what they want to eat? Even abiotic factor is important, like where they live. Are the trees enough? Or is the living habitat enough for them? Everything matters a lot, girls. If they get enough food, if they don't get a place to live, will they live a long life? No, because they can easily be caught with their, what do you call, as predator, and they can be attacked. Am I correct? So animals use
Yes.
plants, food, and shelter. Plants depend on sunlight and water as a resource. Now you are coming. Changes in the environment. I will tell you how change in the environment affects them. Sometimes, if the weather is too good, like them, what they want, they will grow more, they will reproduce more, they will be well, they'll be healthy. If they don't like the environment, if it's too cold and they don't like, their body cannot tolerate, that time they can die and the population can decrease. So we will study here how it depends. Like the carrying capacity can change when the environment changes. For example, after a rainy season, plants may produce a large crop of leaves and seeds. This large amount of food may allow an herbivore, giraffe, zebra, rabbits, all these are herbivores, right? They eat plants. So they
Yes.
will love to have more food and they will grow more and more. But what if important resources are destroyed? A population crash occurs when if it destroys, imagine there was some storm or thunderstorm or some disaster came and everything vanished. What will happen, girls? The population crash occur when the carrying capacity of the environment suddenly drops. The population crash means they quickly die and they vanish. Okay?
Okay.
Like natural disasters such as forest fires, you know that in USA mostly they have this forest fires and the fire goes on for months and months, they say that. They cannot diffuse that fire. Anyways, natural disasters such as forest fires and harsh weather such as droughts, there's no food and water can cause, or sorry, I mean there's no water because of no rains, can cause population crashes. The carrying capacity can also be reduced when new competitors enter an area. What do I mean by new competitors? Tell me. Yes, Judy? What do I mean by new competitors enter?
Mm,
Like example, there is an animal and competitor, like in the class. What happened when two girls are competitors? They both get very good marks, but still they have competition between them in one mark and the other mark. Like that, these animals have competition between food. Come on, even I am eating the rabbit, even the tiger is eating the rabbit, even the lion is eating the rabbit. Don't you think so? They will have competition,
yes.
and one will win, and the other will starve, and then finally it will die.
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yes.
Same way. This would cause existing populations to become a smaller or crash. This would cause the existing population, what are living, they might crash or they become smaller. It doesn't mean they vanish Some can compete and live and the others they die. So do you understand the word competitors and competition now?
Yes.
Do you get how the environment changes? How the environment affects?
Yes.
Okay. Girls, where is Zishan? I did not see her today in math class.
Miss, I'll see her. I'll text her.
She was here?
Miss, you can.
Okay. Welcome. We were missing you, Zishan. Okay, now. Coming to abiotic and biotic factors, lovely. I saw the way you have written, Noor, and the way Dana explained.
Miss, your voice is glitching.
Miss, your voice is
Miss,
like
Miss, your
glitchy.
voice is lagging. Miss, your voice is lagging. Miss?
Okay, okay. Even now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
What happened? Everyone together. Wait, wait.
Miss, now your voice is okay. Yeah.
Now it's okay?
Yeah. Even before, Dishan, I don't know what she's saying.
Oh, wallah, Miss, wallah, I
Okay.
couldn't hear you.
Okay, okay. Maybe your network. Okay. There are
حتى
two
تمام
things
منه.
now here. Abiotic
عشان هنا
factor.
كل بعد يكلم واحد من البنات كنا قاعدين نتكلم عن شيء بس بعدين بدأت
Please mute. Okay, here. We have two factors. Dana very well explained about two factors. She told about abiotic factor and biotic factor. The non-living part is, it's very clear, girls. I don't need to explain you again. You can tell me, in fact. Come on, Judy, you say me the abiotic. What's all I
Abiotic.
need, the abiotic, to survive?
Abiotic.
Come on.
Like sun. Like
Sunlight,
sun.
yes.
Air.
Air, water, temperature, living space. So organisms need these resources to survive. For example, plant uses sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide to make food. If there are few rocks in a desert, lizard population that use rocks for shelter will not become very large. Biotic factors like zebra interact with many organisms. Zebra eat grass. They compete with antelope. There is a competition between zebra and antelope for food. Lions prey on zebras. Each of these interactions is biotic factor that affects the population of zebra. Understood? The writing part we will do it.
Yes.
This you're going to
Yes.
read by yourself.
Yes.
A fungus among us. This you're going to read later. Coming to competition. Guys, the word competition in school, it means competition of marks, competition of some quiz competition or some like example recitation competition, or you have multi timetable competition. Any competition means who wins and who loses. The one which is strong, the one who is stronger will definitely win. Similarly, they have competition between animals for their prey, the one they are attacking on for their food. They fight for food. They fight for shelter.
Miss,
Especially
your
when
voice is lagging.
similar, yes?
Your voice is lagging.
Yeah, maybe because I'm talking.
Yeah, it's lagging.
Okay. So here competition means when two or more individuals or populations try to use the same resource. Come again here. When two or more individuals, they have same resource. They have same place of living. They have same kind of food. Food, water, shelter, space, or sunlight. It is called as competition. Okay now?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Competition can happen among individuals with a population. The elk in a forest compete with each other for the same food plants. This competition increases in winter when many plants die. Competition also happens among populations. For example, different species of trees in a forest compete with each other for sunlight and space. Girls, imagine you have a small area, a garden. You try to put seeds of different breeds, tomato, potato, or you try to sow seeds with different vegetables, but very near to each other. Don't you think so? The stronger root will push the other seed. Don't you think so? The stronger seed or the stronger root will push the other seed or push the other plant.
Yes.
So even plants do have competition. Even plants also do have competition. You want me to explain competition again?
No,
No.
I understand it.
Next, you have cooperation. The word cooperation, what does it mean, Dishan?
Yes,
What does the word cooperation means?
occurs when individuals work together.
Yeah, like example, in your class, your two friends are doing a project and you are helping each other, you are cooperating each other. When they work together, some animals such as killer whales hunt in groups. They don't hunt alone. They hunt in group, like come on, let us hunt together, then we will divide the food into each other. Example, group of two tigers killed one animal and they say, let's have half-half. Understood? That is called cooperation.
Yes.
Emperor penguins in Antarctica. We have penguins in Antarctica. They stay close together to stay warm. They stay near to each other. They don't go apart. You know, when you stay at one place, sitting very close to your mom, you feel warm. Am I?
Yes.
Similarly, they touch each other. They get very close to each other to be warm.
Okay. Yeah.
Some populations have a structured social order that determines how the individual work with each other. Example, ants live in colonies. Girls, what is the meaning of colonies here? Ants live in colonies. That is group of ants living in one place. That one place is called colonies. And they have different jobs. You know, there is a queen in the ants who give them their job. Come on, go get this, go get this. Subhanallah, with their voice. They don't have a language, with their voice. They have some different voice which instruct them to go and get some things. Ants find food. Other defend the colony and other take care of the young. Group of ants will go and find food. The other group, they will keep their area safe. They will try not to let other animals come there. And finally, the other group will take care of these smaller ants. Subhanallah. See how they do it. And we human beings are fighting nowadays. Anyways, it helps individuals get resources which can make population. Girls, I have explained enough. I think you need to see a short video so that you get relaxed. I cannot talk more than this.
And
Yes, any questions, girls? It's very easy. I feel grade 7 science is very easy.
Yeah.
very easy. Grade 7 science is like we took it before.
Anyways, let us
There
wait.
was a little bit more detail.
Let us wait for the tougher part. Actually, we don't have
بس
meiosis
خلاص we're done.
and
Yeah, there's like some parts
we
hard
don't have
to find.
reproduction. You remember? Fertility, fertilize
Yeah,
egg, all those things. That was, I used to repeat and repeat in the class.
yeah.
Alhamdulillah, don't worry.
Do I leave?
Out. Well, let us watch a video here.
Are we going to watch a video?
Yes, Habibi.
Yes.
I don't know where your video vanished. Allah, Allah. Give me a second. I'll try to play again. Population dynamics.
Have you ever kept fish in an aquarium? If so,
I think you have seen half of it. Yeah, 7. You have seen till 7. Continue from here.
there are other limiting factors in an environment that are abiotic factors, or non-living parts of the environment. Click each image to see some abiotic factors that can limit the carrying capacity for a population. Water is not living, but it's necessary for life. If this area suffers a long drought, both plants and animals will die. Water is an abiotic limiting factor. Sunlight is another abiotic limiting factor. If light isn't available, plants will die, and the animals that depend on them for food will also die. The amount of sunlight that reaches an ecosystem limits the carrying capacity for plants and animals.
Please stop me if you have some question, girls. I'm here with you, okay?
The quality of the soil in an ecosystem is an abiotic limiting factor too. If the soil has plenty of nutrients and holds water well, plants will grow well. If the soil has too much clay, too much sand, or not enough nutrients, plants will struggle to grow. This may lead to a decrease in the number of plant-eating animals. All living things need space to survive, so space is an abiotic limiting factor. In this river, the fish have plenty of room. But if the water level goes down, or if the populations of animals greatly increase, space may become a problem and organisms may die off. Climate is also an abiotic limiting factor. Think about an ecosystem where the temperatures are very cold and ice and snow are common. If the climate of this ecosystem changes, the temperatures may rise and the snow and ice may disappear. Animals that have adapted to cold, icy climates will not survive if the ecosystem is warmer. One abiotic limiting factor that can appear or disappear suddenly is a natural disaster. A wildfire, flood, hurricane, or tornado can make immediate, harmful changes in an ecosystem that can affect populations there for a long time. Some of these images are biotic limiting factors and some are abiotic limiting factors. Drag the images to the correct locations.
Okay, now, the first one here. They're acorns. Biotic or abiotic?
Biotic.
This one. Waterfall.
Abiotic.
Miral. Sunlight. Miral, please tell me.
Abiotic.
Very good, Miral. Coming to snakes. Yes, Dishan.
Snakes, biotic.
Very good. Snowstorm. Dana.
Yes,
Snowstorm.
abiotic.
And finally, this is for me. Six.
That's right. You recognize that some limiting factors are abiotic, or non-living. Other limiting factors are biotic, or interactions among living things. Any of these factors can limit the populations of organisms that live in an ecosystem. Sometimes living things in the same environment want the same things or have the same needs. Just like kids on a playground might argue about who gets the one open swing, organisms in the environment try to get the same resources. This is called competition. Click each of the images to learn more about competition for resources in an environment. Competition may occur between different species. These trees and vines both need light. The trees grow taller and their canopies grow wider. This shades the light that the vines need, so the vines grow up the trees and around the leaves to reach the light. The two species of plants compete for the same resource.
What did you understand, girls, by this trees and vines? What?
Trees and vines. What's your voice is lagging?
I said, what did you understand with this trees and vines?
That
About the competition.
Girls, trees and vines. Vines are like the one which are wrappers, wrap around the trees. So they need space. They're competing for space. Okay?
Okay.
Now here, competition can occur within a species. Both are same species, but see how they fight.
These two male deer both want the same female deer as a mate, so they fight each other. In this case, the competition isn't between two different species, but within the same species.
They both want some same kind, and they're fighting for her, the she deer, I think.
The sea anemones in this image are competing for the same space. Ever so slowly, they push against one another until one gets the space they all want. This is another example of competition within a species. Many species of animals compete for the same food resources. Here, the hyenas take a catch away from the cheetah. Because these animals hunt the same prey, they are always in competition for food.
Hunt the same prey. They have same choices of food to eat. So of course, they'll love first to attack and eat. It must be mine. And that's the reason they are fighting. So this is also a part of competition.
Okay.
You will study about cooperation.
While organisms often compete for resources, they may also cooperate with one another. Cooperation occurs when organisms behave in ways that help others in their environment. Click each image to learn more.
See how monkeys cooperate and they care for their young babies.
Many species of monkeys live in colonies made up of families. In these colonies, some of the monkeys work together or cooperate to care for the young. This cooperation helps ensure that all monkeys are well cared for. It also teaches young females how to care for their offspring correctly.
Next.
These musk oxen cooperate to protect their young. Young musk oxen can't protect themselves from predators. When the adults sense that predators are near, they form a circle around their defenseless young.
See, imagine they form a circle here to defend their young ones in between and not let the predators to come and eat them.
Soon after egg laying, it is the male king penguins that protect the young. While the males watch the eggs, the females go to sea to eat. All of the penguins cooperate to raise their young. King penguins also sometimes cooperate.
It's so beautiful. The male penguin is taking care of the egg while the mother goes and finds the food to eat.
By huddling together to conserve heat. Cooperation can occur between different species, too. Clownfish live in and around sea anemones. The anemone stings predators that come near the clownfish, and the clownfish chases away the fish that try to eat the anemone. In addition, the waste from the clownfish gives nutrients to the anemone.
Finally, they show with the plants.
Even plants and animals can cooperate with one another. Plants provide nectar for insects such as bees. As the bees drink the nectar, they get covered in pollen. As the bees travel from flower to flower, they pollinate plants, helping make new seeds and fruit. The bees get food, and the plants reproduce through this cooperation.
See, the bees here, they get food, and the plants, they can make their food with the help of the bees. So this is both cooperation between plants and the bees. This is also called one kind of cooperation. Any questions?